bottom. Ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
Our next matchup, primetime football on the East Coast, and then but the game will end during primetime. We're talking about the California Showdown game, round number 3. 49ers taking on the Rams, and the 49ers, they got the blueprint on the Rams on how to beat them this year.
Was that 6 straight, I think? Something like that.
They are what you say. We on your ass. San Francisco 49ers 12-7 on the year, 11-8 against the spread. While the Los Angeles Rams are 14-5 on the year, 10-9 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of the Rams -3.5, and that line has stayed. The total opened up at 46.5, and it's at 45.5. There is some 46s out there also. Injury report right now for the San Francisco 49ers, Trent Williams. He is questionable with the ankle injury, but he's going to play. So new at the wide receiver position, he is questionable as well. Wilson Jr., running back, he's questionable. Deebo Samuels is probable, but we all know that young man's going to play. Thomas at the cornerback position is questionable. And Mitchell, the running back who's the rookie who's been doing his thing late in the season, he's questionable as well with a knee injury. As far as these Rams go, Whitworth, the tackle, he's questionable for this game's. No Boom, the tackle, dealing with a pectoral injury, he's questionable. Rapp, the safety, is questionable as well with concussion. Gaines, defensive tackle, dealing with a toe injury, but he's questionable. Jefferson Jr., wide receiver, is probable as well. Last time we seen San Francisco, they beat Green Bay 13-10 in the comeback, and just the Packers debacle, especially on special teams. But they beat the Cowboys 23-17 and sent them home crying in the wild card game. As far as the Rams, they beat the Arizona Cardinals in the wild card 34-11, and they beat Tampa Bay as an underdog 30-27. Well, I need something to drink real quick, man. San Francisco 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games. The unders hit 6 out of the last 7. They are 6-1 straight up in the last 7 games. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games against the Rams. 6-0 straight up in the last 6 games against the Rams. 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games on the road. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing on the road against the Rams. They're also 9-2 straight up in the last 11 games. And 6-1 straight up in the last 7 games against an NFC conference opponent. The Rams are 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 games, 7-1 straight up in the last 8 games. 4 and out of the last 6 games have gone under against the 49ers. 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing against the 49ers at the crib. But 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games against an NFC conference opponent. So, Rams, 49ers, round 3. Marley, what's the play?
I got 2 plays for this game. I've been saying it since week 1. My NFC Super Bowl representative is the Los Angeles Rams. I'm staying with my pick. I'm not going to falter from it. So I don't need to give a bunch of numbers and a bunch of stats. You know what I'm saying? I know the 49ers have beaten the Rams like 6 straight times. They got their number. However, the buck stops here. This is why Wonder Boy Sean McVay, when he got Stafford, we saw what happened last week. They pulled the miracle out. I know 49ers are peaking at the right time. You know, teams that are hot versus teams that are not. But the Rams are hot as well. Their D-line, one of the best D-lines along with the Titans in the NFL. They're going to be all over Garoppolo's ass. I got the Rams first half. Money line. Not fucking around. Rams, full game. Money line. Not fucking around. Punch the ticket to the Super Bowl. I got the Rams. I got the Chiefs. I don't know who I got winning, but that's my Super Bowl.
All right. Reaper, what's the play?
Yeah, I'm on the Rams. for the simple fact that when you look at how the 40, and I've been on record already saying that the 49ers was one of those teams that nobody really wanted to play in the playoffs, and obviously prior to the game coming up, they've demonstrated that. The problem that I have with the 49ers is you're not going to beat the Rams with 2 field goals and a block punt. Now, don't get me wrong. You need all 3 phases of the game, especially in the playoffs. But they didn't have all 3 phases of the game really going, right? They only had one, well, 2. So, I just think the Rams have too much firepower. The 49ers can only do so much on offense. We talked about tier quarterbacks earlier. Jimmy G is in one of the lower tiers, right?
Right.
Is he 2 or is he 3?
I don't know. Jimmy's tough with 2 and 3 because he does win.
Yeah, he has a great win percentage.
Numbers doesn't wow you, but he does win. Like Tannehill, I can't say Tannehill wins. I mean, I guess
they were the number 1 seed.
That's why I say his record with the Titans are good, but I mean,
I would have to say
Jimmy got you to a Super Bowl. But he didn't
with
win.
a hell of a defense. I would have to put Jimmy in 2 because simple fact that if he was 3 or 4, they wouldn't have drafted a rookie quarterback that high in the last draft. So
he was 1 or 2. He's definitely not 1. He might be
he's not 1.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, he might be. He's a 3rd. Yeah, I think I got to give him a 2 just because Jimmy wins. He's not. He doesn't cost you a lot of games. He won't go win them though. Tannehill, I think he costs more games. Than Jimmy.
I don't think he's going to be able to win against the Rams. Because ultimately, it's going to come down to playmakers. The Rams have more playmakers.
Right.
They have a stout defense, and all they have to do is really worry about stopping the run, which I think that's something that they'll be able to do. They stop the run. You put Ramsey on whoever, that's gonna be pretty much over with. And and actually, to be honest with you, I think that line is rather generous. So like I said at the start of the playoffs, I'm definitely taking the Rams to go all the way as far as making it to the Super Bowl. I don't know. So obviously, I'm thinking it's going to be them and the Chiefs. That's going to be hard to call. I would prefer the Rams over the Chiefs just because of the solid matchups. I feel like they can get pressure. And they got Aaron Donald. So, but anyway, back to this matchup. So yeah, I gotta take the Rams. Points -3.5. You can only go so. Marley mentioned that earlier. He said the days of Trent Dilfer are over. Okay, Jimmy G falls in that category. He might be a tad bit better than Trent Dilfer. He might be a tad bit better, but he falls in that category. This is my personal opinion. A lot of people will disagree. I've been, and you can ask the coach, I've been saying this since Georgia. Matthew Stafford has been one of my favorite quarterbacks since college and in the NFL. I feel like he was an elite quarterback. He's very underrated, and he's with a garbage organization. Now we see what happens when you have more talent around you and you have better coaching and you're with a better organization. And so I'm gonna take that quarterback matchup ultimately. And I've always looked at Matthew Stafford as a top tier quarterback. So with that being said, my play is the Rams -3.5.
All right, and just for the record, we all took the Rams last week as well on the underdog money against Big Bad Tom Brady. I'm riding my Rams first half gravy train. I've been riding that first half for like a solid 3-4 weeks. I'm gonna continue riding with it. I'm going Rams first half, full money. It's good. This is man, bro. LA needed a team like the Rams. Okay, this is what LA needed. Remember how they were questioning,
Yep.
is that market ready for a football team, and now they got two, but the Rams are the LA team. And I hope I kind of do hope one day the Chargers go back home to San Diego. Let the people miss them for a little bit. Let the economy really in that city kind of show like without having a team it affected, and then bring them back home, give them a new stadium, and continue the in-state rivalry. But the stadium's gonna be lit. There's gonna be a lot of stars. Could you imagine Rams when they win this game? The amount of star power is going to be.
Yeah, so far.
So I'm taking these Rams first half. I think it's going to be an electric
The rig
game.
is in for the Rams if it's for anybody.
Yeah, true. If anybody, it's Chiefs and Rams. It's Chiefs and Rams. That's going to be a huge.
That's marketable.
That's going to be a huge money maker.
Stafford and Mahomes, that's marketable. You got the two quarterbacks.
Hill and Odell, and then they'll go Cooper Kupp and Kelsey.
Oh, man, you got Ramsey, the cornerback that talks shit. You want the Rams. LA, you want the Rams.
Ooh. I wonder I need to look at statistics whenever
Ram and Debo.
Jalen Ramsey has played against. If Ramsey has ever played against Hill, I would like to see that.
Oh yeah.
I don't need to see that.
You know what's going to happen.
Look, Hill can be neutralized. I've seen it.
Oh yeah, we've seen it.
Not 1-on-1.
By Jalen Ramsey, yes.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.